Only 12 years old, he thought his age would shield him from a brutal crime. Christopher Adkins, along with 2 other teens, joined a triple homicide that shocked Florida, mocking justice with a deadly plan until the courtroom delivered a twist that changed everything. This is the chilling story of a child-turned-killer, where betrayal ran deeper than blood. Don't let this horror fade into silence. Subscribe to uncover every dark detail, or tell us why you'd ignore the cries of these victims. Christopher Adkins, just 12 years old in March 2020, was the youngest in a family of 3 teens in Ocklawaha, Florida. Together with 17-year-old Robert Robinson and 16-year-old Taj Bruton, he fled with a group accused of stealing cars and robberies. Adkins, described as quiet but easily influenced, carried a stolen gun, swayed by the older teens. Robinson, with a theft record, and Bruton, labeled by prosecutors as the mastermind, led the group into a deadly spiral. All 3 were drawn into crime, but Adkins' young age made his role the most shocking. On March 30, 2023, Adkins, Robinson, and Bruton were with 3 friends: Lila Silvernail, 16, a talented softball player, 17-year-old Michael Hodo Jr., and 16-year-old Camille Quarles. A night of theft turned into a nightmare. Lila was found near a dumpster, fatally wounded in the head, and passed away shortly after. Michael was discovered the next day by the roadside, also shot in the head. Camille was found on April 1st, shot twice and left in the flooded trunk of Lila's car. The trio betrayed their friends in a horrifying act that stunned the town.
As all of you are well aware, last Thursday, March 30th, we received a call near Forest Lakes Park, where our first victim, Layla Silvernail, was located suffering from a gunshot wound. She would later succumb to her injuries. The following morning, we responded to a location about a half a mile away and located a second victim deceased on the side of the road from an apparent gunshot wound. Then on Saturday, April 1st, my deputies located Layla's car abandoned and partially submerged in a pond about 9 miles from the location where she was found. My investigators located the third victim inside of the car. And I'll go ahead and tell you, because you've been asking me for specific details. She was located in the trunk. Now, the investigators were able to determine that this group of juveniles were involved in committing burglaries and robberies, which they referred to as a lick. Now, although we had out there that was gang-related, we have nothing specific to say that it was any rivalry or anything to such that cause. But however, each and every one of them, in some shape or form, is associated with a gang. Basically, simple terms, there is no honor among thieves. And at some point, these 3 individuals turned on our 3 victims and murdered them. 2 of them right there. They fled the scenes, but left a lot of evidence in their wake.
Sheriff Billy Woods used phone records, over 200 tips, and forensic evidence to track down Adkins, Robinson, and Bruton. A stolen gun linked them to the shootings. During questioning, Adkins claimed Bruton forced him to fire at a victim, threatening his family if he refused. His words sparked outrage. Was he a scared child under pressure or a cold-blooded killer?
That is right. I continued to dig through these documents tonight, and according to this arrest report, the 3 teenage victims were involved in illegal activities with their 3 suspected killers before the suspects turned on them and dumped their bodies. Investigators say while interviewing the 12-year-old suspect, he told them they picked up Taj Bruton, who was wearing a ski mask. The 12-year-old claims Bruton shot Silvernail and a 17-year-old boy, and claimed he was forced to shoot the third victim. The arrest report said, quote, the juvenile defendant advised he was told to shoot victim blank or his family would be killed. And
Adkins' defense painted him as a pawn, yet his role in hiding the bodies raised doubts about his innocence. In May 2003, a grand jury indicted Robinson and Bruton on 3 counts of first-degree murder, along with robbery, carjacking, and property damage. Adkins faced 1 murder charge, robbery and property damage, tried as an adult despite being only 12. Their gang ties and brutal actions revealed a carefully plotted scheme, with Bruton as the mastermind and Robinson the key planner. Adkins' youth shocked the nation, but his actions spoke louder. Robinson's interrogation showed him as a defiant teen dodging questions, but evidence tied him to all 3 killings. These young offenders could be anywhere. Don't stay blind. Subscribe to expose the darkness. In April 2008, Adkins, then 14, pleaded guilty to murder and agreed to testify against Robinson and Bruton. His betrayal shocked the courtroom, casting him as both victim and villain. Robinson pleaded no contest in June, while Bruton, accused of orchestrating it all, also pled guilty. Adkins' youth didn't spare him. Prosecutors called his actions cruel, though he claimed coercion.
Them three people they like took me for no reason.
Adkins addressed the packed courtroom, telling the victims' families he feels bad, but he never did say he was sorry.
I got a good soul, good mind, good heart. People think that I don't care. I do. I got a whole life ahead of me. People don't think I care about the victims or their families. I do. I think about them, about them and how they feel, what they go through. I feel so bad. I feel so bad about them. I'm really a good person. I want to be able to influence other people, do better in life, go to places around the world, donate to places, cancer places, hospitals, all types of stuff, help the world as much as I can.
Adkins' desperate plea before sentencing gripped the courtroom. But would his age sway the judge? Before sentencing, Robinson broke his silence with an apology, expressing regret to the victims' families. His mother wept beside him.
I apologize to my mama and my loved one for the actions I have committed. I'd like to apologize to the victim family for the hurt I brought upon them. I made bad choices. It ain't no excuses for my choices. I'm not gonna make excuses for it or blame anybody but myself. I just want to apologize.
Robinson's words contrasted his earlier defiance, but families remained unmoved. His mother begged for forgiveness, her sobs echoing in the tense room.
My name is Erica Trow, and I am the mother of Robert Robinson, who is currently before you for sentencing. I write this letter with a heavy heart, fully aware of the pain and gravity of the situation. I do not wish to make excuses for what has happened. I am simply asking that you see the human being my son is and the potential for redemption that still exists within him. Robert is 19 years old. He is my child, and while he has made a devastating mistake, I know he is not beyond saving. He has expressed deep remorse for what has occurred. He is not proud of what happened, and he has shown sincere sorrow not only to me, but to others as well. I have watched my son reflect on his actions with shame, regret, and heartbreak. He understands the consequences, and I truly believe he wishes he could take it all back. Your Honor, I'm not asking you to ignore what happened. I am only asking for mercy, for the opportunity for Robert to prove that he is more than just his worst decision. He is still young, I ask you to consider a sentence that allows him the chance to grow, to get help, and to one day come back to society a changed man.
In July 2025, the court delivered justice. Bruton's aunt's apology only complicated matters. The judge sentenced Taj Bruton to 3 life terms, one for each victim, a ruling that shook Ocklawaha.
The overwhelming thing is that he orchestrated the death of 3 juveniles without any pretense or any justification in any sense whatsoever. He did that at the time after cutting off his electronic monitor for a juvenile offense, for offensive carjacking. He did this offense within a couple of months of being placed on the electronic monitor. I just find that the seriousness and the heinousness of these offenses outweigh any mitigation that's been placed in front of the court. For the homicide offenses, there's really only one sentence that is appropriate in the case. And that sentence that he shall receive is a life sentence for each of his homicide offenses.
Robert Robinson received life with review after 25 years, his apology not enough to erase the crime. Though still young, Christopher Adkins was sentenced to 40 years, with review after 25. His defense couldn't erase his role. The sentencing drew millions of online views, Adkins' age sparking heated debate. Bruton's fate was sealed, his leadership undeniable. The victims' families, drowning in grief, fueled calls for justice, shaking the courtroom.
The day started off with Michael Hodo Jr.'s father, Michael Hodo, providing a statement. This was read by a victim advocate. He told Judge Robert Hodges anything short of a life sentence would be an injustice to the 3 victims. He wishes the death penalty was on the table, but says the justice system is flawed. Next, Hodo Jr.'s stepmom provided an emotional statement. She talked about who Hodo Jr. was and how he and Layla Silvernail completed each other. She says the 3 victims' lives were taken by greed and jealousy, saying they discarded the victims like they were trash. After hearing from Hodo Jr.'s family for the first time, Silvernail's grandma spoke for the 2nd day in a row, breaking down in tears about the loss of her granddaughter.
I've been robbed of seeing Layla graduate, walk down the aisle, attend college, and become a mother. I have to watch her friends grow up without her. We will forever grieve.
The crimes of these teens cannot be forgotten. Subscribe to follow the victim's story. Lila Silvernail, softball star, Michael Hodo Jr., and Camille Quarles left behind grieving families and a wounded community. Southeastern Fast Pitch mourned Lila as a teammate. Fierce debates erupted, sparked by Adkins' testimony and clashing youth opinions. Was he threatened by Bruton or a willing killer? Robinson's apology and Bruton's silence only raised more questions about remorse and justice. Christopher Adkins thought his age would save him, but a 40-year sentence for triple murder proved him wrong. Robinson's life term and Bruton's 3 life sentences sealed their fate. But the victims' families bear the deepest wounds. Was Adkins a pawn or a predator? Ocklawaha mourns 3 lost lives. What shocked you most? Adkins' betrayal at 12, Robinson's apology, Bruton's family's plea, or the family's grief? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe for more gripping true crime stories. Click the next video, and I'll meet you there.